already waiting for your next stream.
Oh, yeah. Streamed this week.
Yeah.
Wolfie Wednesdays.
It was hella fun.
Yeah, I did some drawing, and then I got bored of that. I played some Outlast.
Yeah,
The first one.
I didn't. Yeah, the one that's 9 years old. I didn't expect to stay for the whole thing, but I was just vibing and having a good time.
Wow.
I put you on in the background, and it was...
Yes, I wail at random jump scares.
Don't worry, those jump scares got me, too. And I wasn't even fully focused on everything.
They're that good.
I know.
It's a real shame. I didn't even notice it. But there was supposed to be music playing during the drawing section.
Oh,
and yeah, I had like a thing going. Barely no one could hear it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't have anything. But, I mean, honestly, it wasn't even that noticeable. It was
so I
good.
make enough noise myself.
Yeah. Despite me getting lost in my own kitchen. 3 different times for like 2 minutes. I'm like, where the fuck am I? What am I doing?
Entire brain shut off.
It literally did. Anyways. Howdy everybody, and welcome to episode 18 of You're Ridiculous.
Woo!
My name is Wolf. No, that's not right. My name is
Luke.
I wish. My name is Luke. I'm one of your hosts, and as always, I have the real Wolf.
Hello!
The ignoble Wolf.
Ignoble?
Yeah, not honorable.
Oh! Maybe, yeah.
That's right. You can have a little honor as a treat.
As a treat! I love it.
No Rainie this week, for those keeping track. It's her off week.
Busy cat.
You just have us two this time.
That's all you need.
That's right. Rainie's just a little nibble for you. A little reprieve for when you get too much of us, but that doesn't happen very often.
Exactly. Yeah, you haven't earned it yet.
Yeah.
You have to be wallowing in us. Enough to choke a horse.
That's right. Last week was our RPG week, or RPG and MMO week. Skyrim, New World, Lost Ark, all those goodies.
Goods.
And I know you didn't miss that.
Yeah.
So.
A core episode.
Yeah, absolutely. A core episode in the lore of You're Ridiculous. My Snowberry lore.
Ah, yeah, the ongoing arc.
I was going to call it a side quest, but honestly, it's more like a main plot point for me.
Yeah.
This week, I don't actually know what it's called. The Anime Awards?
The Crunchyroll Awards, 2022 edition.
Okay. Crunchyroll Awards 2022 edition. Excellent. We talked briefly about, over a couple episodes, just different awards from the Game Awards from 2021.
Yeah.
And now we're going to be doing an anime sort of version of it. A little different.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Surely.
With all the preamble out of the way, Wolf, why don't you take it over?
Alright, let's dive right in. Crunchyroll, if you somehow haven't heard of it, is an anime streaming service. One of the first, and sort of one of the only, aside from Funimation, but they're the same company now. But, so. I forgot which one ate the other, but they're the same now.
I bet Crunchyroll ate Funimation.
I'd believe it. Maybe Funimation can fix their fucking website.
Got vored by Crunchyroll.
That's what we should call business acquisition from now on. Getting vored.
I mean, that is what it is, though.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
So, Crunchyroll Awards, that happened last week, February 9th. Maybe that was 2 weeks ago, but it was Crunchyroll's little thing where they decide the best anime and then the various categories, kind of like the Kids' Choice Award or the Emmys or the Oscars.
Wait,
but for anime.
Does Crunchyroll decide who gets nominated?
It's 50% like Crunchyroll staff and 50% a popularity vote.
Okay, cool.
Or yeah, some combination of that.
Yeah.
So, let's dive right into it.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna tell you each category, give you a nice little description of the things, each what do you call it? Contender, and you're gonna guess which one won.
Yeah, we're gonna make a little game out of it because. Did you watch it, like, live?
I did not. I did not.
No? Okay.
I almost didn't see it. I just happened to be on Twitter and saw, oh, the awards trending. Oh, shit, that was today.
Yeah, but you know all about it.
Yeah.
I know nothing about it.
Wow.
Other than it happened. other than what Wolf has told me. So we're going to make
usually...
Go ahead. No, you.
It's it's usually a lot like in-person event. Like, people show up and there's, like, stuff happening, hype. But this year, it was just like a live stream. And
so we're going to make a little game out of it, since I don't really know any of the results. I don't know any of the results, actually. So I'll do my best to guess what we can. For those of you longtime listeners, you know that Wolf is the knowledgeable one of anime.
Yeah.
Not so much myself.
You watched like 5.
I've seen a few, and I'm slowly getting into more of them, but definitely not anywhere even remotely close to the knowledge Wolf brings. So this will be fun.
Yeah. Now, lucky for you, I had the time to write out descriptions of literally everything you would need to know for each thing.
Perfect.
To give you a fair chance of guessing.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Alright. We're going to start strong with Anime of the Year.
Oh, easy.
Because that's
surely on the
order Crunchyroll presents it. So, up first we have 86, an Attack on Titan-esque anime about a lower class forced to fight a war to protect the silver-haired upper class. Very, very serious Cold War vibes from that one. Then we have the next contender, Jujutsu Kaisen. That's one you actually watched.
I know all about that.
A fantasy anime about Yuji Itadori, a high schooler forced to be a Jujutsu sorcerer after he turns himself into a half-cursed being. Then, of course, we have Attack on Titan, the revered anime about fighting back against man-eating beasts called Titans that takes a huge tonal shift in its final season. Then we have Ranking of Kings, a unique-looking anime about a prince born with all the odds stacked against him who must prove himself capable of being king while outside forces try to take him down. Then we have Sunny Boy, with an O.
Oh.
Original experimental anime.
I have a friend named Sunny who spells his name like that.
Oh, lovely. Sunny Boy is an original experimental anime about a class of students that get trapped in the void and given superpowers while being forced to tackle their emotional issues head on. And finally, we have Odd Taxi, which I have recommended multiple times. A drama with intertwining storylines of seemingly unrelated events and characters set in a world where everyone seems to be an animal.
So
out of those...
Yeah. To recap, we have Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, 86, Odd Taxi, and am I missing one?
Ranking of Kings and Sunny Boy.
Right. Sunny Boy and Ranking of Kings. Well, I'm going to have to dip into my limited knowledge. And I'm going to rule out Sunny Boy and Ranking of Kings because I've never heard of them. So obviously if one of those are the winners, I have no chance here. But I'm just going to dip, for my own sake, we're going to get rid of them. We don't need them.
Fair enough.
I have thoughts about Odd Taxi's OP. And with those thoughts, I don't think that one won. So, I have heard a lot about just stuff on Twitter about Attack on Titan.
Uh-huh.
And Jujutsu Kaisen. I haven't heard much about 86, but I have heard the name.
Yeah.
And seen some stuff about it. So it's one of those three for me. I think, to not prolong this too much, I'm just going to go with the one I like the most, and it's going to be Jujutsu Kaisen Anime of the Year. Final answer.
Final answer. You are
wrong.
Incorrect.
I knew it. Damn it.
The winner was Attack on Titan Season 4.
I almost said that. That was my second guess.
Yeah, man.
Just because...
logical.
It's just those two are the ones I've heard the most about.
Yeah, animated by Studio Mappa. No surprise, Attack on Titan really stole the show for Anime of the Year.
Yeah, really nice, looking show when it's not, eating humans.
Yeah.
But
it's not breaking your fucking heart.
Yeah, exactly. When it's not stressing you out.
I actually knew about all of these except for 86. I had to, look that one up.
Oh.
But it did look pretty interesting when I did see it.
Yeah, I mean, I like the whole war vibe for like shows and movies and stuff. World War II is like super interesting. Cold War is interesting. So I've actually heard of that one, but I've never heard of some of the other ones I mentioned.
Yeah, those ones are a little more, not mainstream. Well, anime mainstream.
All right. Next one.
Next category is Best Animation.
Oh, okay.
We have the contenders are, first up, Vivi, a sci-fi fantasy about an AI that falls in love with humanity that utilizes CGI and unique camera angles in its fight choreography. Then we have Wonder Egg, an original anime about teen girls fighting metaphorical but physical manifestations of people's demons to help them pass on after committing suicide, also hailed for its fight scenes and nightmarish imagery.
What's that one called?
Then we have Wonder Egg Priority. Then we have Mushoku Tensei, one of the many isekais that come out every fucking season, but it's an isekai. Isekai means transported to another world. I figure you don't know what that means.
I do actually know what that would mean.
Oh, lovely.
Only because one of the dating sims you recommend was an isekai.
Ah.
And you told me about it then.
Perfect. Yeah, Mushoku Tensei, also known as Jobless Reincarnation, is about a guy who reincarnates into a fantasy world with the ability to do magic, which is unique for his family situation and the body he reincarnates into. It takes a more realistic, detailed approach to animating its characters and his magic. Next we have Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Season 2, a comedy slice of life about a dragon that becomes smitten with a tired salarywoman. It takes advantage of its simpler moe art style to push even the simplest of movements into bouncy actions full of life. Then we have Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, the second arc of Demon Slayer that keeps up the same energy from the first season as the trio of protagonists take on a literal train. And Jujutsu Kaisen, which, you know what it is, it's the one you watched.
So, I also saw some of Demon Slayer.
Ah, yeah.
For those of you who remembered, I watched the terrible English dub and it was awful, so I stopped watching it. I will go back and watch it because it is very pretty. And by that knowledge, it immediately jumps to the forefront because it's very, very pretty animations.
Yeah. Oh, I have a question. Are you been keeping up in the slides?
Oh my god, I'm not even in the slides. I completely forgot you made slides. I've been Googling all these. So let me close those. Let me close those. Hang on. Fuck me. I completely forgot. Okay. So I'm guessing Mushoku Tensei, he reincarnates as the big fucking milk lady. Because when I Googled it, that was like one of the first pictures.
That doesn't become her.
Okay, well,
that's his mother. Yeah,
lovely. I also for me, just looking at these alone, it's either Vivi, Jujutsu Kaisen, or Demon Slayer again. Because I'm going off my biased knowledge. Jujutsu Kaisen has not like all around pretty, but specific scenes are really, really nice.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed.
They go hard on their fights.
Yeah, the fight scenes are like specifically are really good. Demon Slayer all around are like really pretty, and Vivi honestly just looks like one of those ones that would be kind of pretty. I'm gonna go with Demon Slayer just because I think it's the most, at least what I know, renowned for being pretty. So let's go with that. Final answer.
Final answer. You are correct.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, this is such a funny category this year at least because the Demon Slayer Mugen Train arc, it was a movie. So it feels a little unfair to compare a movie to a bunch of like TV shows. Like, of course it's got amazing animation.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal to go up against.
I think if I took Demon Slayer out the running, like, of course it gets the award being best animated as a movie. But I'd give it to, like, Jujutsu Kaisen or Wonder Egg Priority.
Are you familiar with the term,
No.
So, basically, they're, old basketball... It sprouts from a basketball term where LeBron won I think it was some big tournament. It might have been like a world championship or something like that. I don't really know. I'm not much of a sports guy, but I know this. Anyways, he won it like in Florida at like a Disney like resort or something. It was some big ass tournament, and so they called it the Mickey Mouse rings. And so now it's just like you can substitute the rings for anything to be like a fake victory, basically. Because he was pretty much like handed the win.
I see.
And so now the Demon Slayer gets the Mickey Award for best animation because it cheated and was a movie.
I love it. Accurate.
I do really like a lot of the scenes in Jujutsu Kaisen though. They're like when Gojo Sensei takes off his blindfold for the first time. Fucking swoon. It's
pants off.
Everything off. The first time I was watching, so I watched it and like constantly updated Wolf with like my thoughts and everything going through each episode because I got really into it. And I sent the like Squidward meme. It's like, oh no, he's hot. It was really good. All right, moving on.
All right, next we have best opening. And wait! Before we move on, I almost missed my little note.
Oh yeah,
I had a comment about Kobayashi's Dragon Maid,
okay.
the one with the big titty dragon.
Yeah, titty maid.
Yeah, it's real funny seeing that one on there because it had and still has quite a bit of controversy surrounding it, and I imagine it had to go on there because it had to be a contender because people would throw a fit if it wasn't, but. Even if it won in popularity, the Crunchyroll staff would have absolutely vetoed whatever came through. And let me tell you why. There's two reasons. I've got some images to send you.
So before I look at these images, I was gonna say that this one made me a little uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at your images, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess that might be part of the reason. So let me open. Oh, okay.
So that is Iruru.
Yep.
You see, she's got massive honkers. She's a dragon. So technically she's like a couple thousand years, but the story makes a very, very hard effort to let you know that she's 16, basically.
I don't like that.
So in the Twitter was everyone. A lot of people were real upset about it.
Yeah,
when the trailer dropped.
Japanese anime has a history of that, though.
It does. It does things.
So,
then the second issue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Second issue is that the creator's a pedophile.
Oh, well.
Owns it and is very upfront about it.
Well, that's extremely unfortunate to say.
Yeah, and
put it lightly.
It explains everything in the show.
Yeah, well.
Its first season had its own smaller controversy with the Lolly Twister scene in which two, basically children, play a very sexually charged game of Twister.
As one does.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, I wasn't voting for that for OP anyways, because I didn't like it.
Fair enough.
And that was like disregarding the controversy around it. Didn't like watching it, made me uncomfortable, and I just thought it was not interesting to watch anyways. I don't like it seemed like very like sitcom to me, where you have like the dancing characters and like music, and then you cut back and forth between that and scenes from the show. And I don't like that style. I don't feel like it shows a lot. Yeah.
Fair enough.
One thing is, I didn't understand a single fucking thing anybody said because they're all in Japanese, and they didn't have subtitles, and I don't speak Japanese. So I mostly went on visuals and how good it sounded from what they were saying. You know, like what was it a bop or not?
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't rewatch this one, but I remember it. This wolf one. What is this wolf one?
Oh, that's Beastars. Let me tell you all the contenders for best.
Oh
opening.
Yeah, you didn't finish.
Yeah, there's of course Kobayashi Dragon Maid Season 2, Tokyo Revengers. I didn't write a description for them, but it's a time traveling anime about a guy trying to save all his friends in the future by traveling back in time. There's Beastars, which is it's a furry anime about
Sure is.
legacy. He's trying to solve a murder, and also it's kind of a teen drama, not teen drama, but like a drama. Yeah, there's Odd Taxi, of course. Jujutsu Kaisen's second opening for the second half of the first season, and also the Attack on Titan in the opening. And that's all your answers. That's all your options.
Yeah.
Best opening, mostly judged on the technical aspect, so like the animation and effects, the music, and the story the opening tells.
Okay. First off, to put it in the most respectful way I can, Wolf is a slut for OPs. I am not, and we've made this point before. I skip them 99% of the time.
Like an animal.
And not only, I might have some excuse when I'm on Netflix and it has the skip intro button, but I watch my animes on Crunchyroll as, most people do. And this was the first time I actually finished watching the Jujutsu Kaisen opening.
Ugh. And criminal, especially in this case where it's so beautifully animated.
I said that in Wolf's stream and they just start freaking out. It was so funny.
Set me off.
The animation is very good. I did like the Jujutsu Kaisen one. I felt it was a bop. It had cool animations. It shows all the characters multiple times doing different things. Really like that. Did not like the Maid Titty Dragon one. Was uncomfortable, and even disregarding the uncomfortability about it, I just didn't like the style of it. Tokyo Revengers wasn't bad. The animations themselves were pretty cool.
Yep.
I just thought it showed a lot of front-facing characters in the rain being sad, and I eventually got over it after 30 seconds. So I just felt it was repetitive, but like the visuals and the music were decent. Like they were good.
Yeah.
Beastars, I could tell you it was a furry without you telling me it was a furry anime. Not bad though, pretty interesting. It's a little out of the style that I normally go for, so it was interesting though. Like not bad. I don't have much to say about it. I didn't really care for Odd Taxi's opening animation. I just felt like the watercolors and like the simplicity of it, which is almost exactly what they're going for. I bet, like very simple and all that. It just didn't vibe with me. I don't know. I got bored watching it.
Tragic. My heart.
I did really like the Attack on Titan one.
Oh.
I thought it was the black on white with the watercolor explosion, or maybe not watercolor, but the multicolored powdered explosions were very cool. I also thought this had the most interesting audio. And when I say audio, it's like the songs that they're singing, but I don't know what they're saying. So I'm basing it off like acoustics.
Yeah.
And I just thought it sounded the coolest. So for best, again, a lot of bias here, but I think I have to. You know what? I'm going to go with my favorite just because I liked it the most. I'm going to go with Attack on Titan. I thought that one was really cool.
Correct. It is indeed Attack on Titan.
Yes, 2 for 2. I'm warming up.
Their opening, Boku no Senso, translate to My War. Funny thing about best opening, it is basically just End of the Year Part 2.
Oh, really?
Because it is definitely just picked based on popularity. I kind of disagree with the pick.
What would you pick?
I think I'd pick Odd Taxi or the Jujutsu Kaisen one.
What am I missing about Odd Taxi? What do you like about it?
With the one with the Odd Taxi one, yeah, it's simple. It's got the cute watercolor style, but I like the it's strong in the story aspect and the song aspect. Okay. Especially the story aspect.
Well, sure.
Okay, I guess you would know it since you haven't watched it.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't understand what they're saying. So that's totally fair. I like the watercolor style. I just didn't like how simple it was compared to the other ones.
Yeah, it does a really good job of telling the entire story without telling the entire story. Like the visuals, as you watch it, you start to appreciate the visuals because you see where it connects to the story, but it doesn't spoil the story itself.
It's good. It foreshadows it well.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, I would like that if I understood the context of it.
Yeah.
I like foreshadowing a lot. Like in literature, reading books and stuff, like picking out foreshadowing and stuff like that. That's really always exciting. I would definitely appreciate it here if I got the context.
Yeah. And then Jujutsu Kaisen, really strong in the technical aspect. Really beautifully animated throughout. It does use some scenes from the anime, but they like clearly like drew over it and like plussed it.
Yeah,
I
like,
still think
the fight with Itadori, Yuji, and Hanami, the background's like completely different.
Yeah.
They're like fighting in a spoilers, but they're like fighting in a field in the anime, and this one they're like in a cityscape or some shit.
Yeah.
So like it like Wolf said, it does have some scenes that if you've watched it you would recognize later on or going back, but it doesn't spoil anything. It just shows cool shit that's happening.
Yeah. And then for Boku no Senso, strong. I think this OP one carried by just the popularity of Attack on Titan and the song, which I looked up the English translation of the song to listen along. I was like, yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing why people vibe with it. I actually went back and watched the other Attack on Titan OPs to see if there were any like callbacks or anything. But yeah, it's ultimately just a lot of CGI generated smoke, which not to put down CGI animated things, just when you think about Attack on Titan, you're thinking of the amazing animation.
Yeah, for sure.
And the explosions were amazing, but it's kind of 3 or 4 explosions that they're reusing.
It also kind of sets a bad precedent because they don't, like, that's not what they're known for, and they don't do a whole lot of that. Like, throughout the from what I watched and everything. Like, it's kind of weird that they it is a great opener, and it looks really cool, and that, I did say it's my favorite, but it is a little weird that they have that so prominent in their opener when that's really not anything the show does.
had to save their energy for the actual show.
Oh yeah, well, good on them. It's a good show. So,
but yeah, I'm looking at the comments and they're like, "Oh yeah, best opening, best OP Attack on Titan," and you're all on crack. Like, it's just that this arc is really fucking good, but the opening was not the best. The imagery, it was like, what do you call it? Like Cold War propaganda looking like stuff.
Yeah, very like propaganda reminiscent.
Yeah, which as much as I know about it, I haven't read it myself. I just hear about it. Very, very appropriate for the final season. God, do you know what the big twist is for the final season?
I heard a few things, but I don't know how accurate any of them are.
Would you like to hear it?
I heard something about time travel. Is that true, or is that not true?
It is true. But no, that wasn't what I was thinking about.
Oh, well, yeah, hit me with it.
I was in the big twist being the switch, the change of point of view of the story. So you spend the first, 3 seasons following Eren Yeager, main character. He's a Titan shifter, and he fucks. And he is your hero, he is your protagonist. But in this 4th season, it switches tone into which he is no longer in the right, really.
Oh yeah, he wants to slaughter everybody, right?
He wants to commit
He wants a mass
genocide,
on everything.
Yeah, on I forget the name, the group of the people, but on a specific group of people.
Yeah. I did hear about that.
Yeah.
Which is...
It's really
whack.
Shift.
It's really whack.
Yeah. Whack!
Well, when you compare to what he's been doing, I mean, he kind of always wanted genocide just on the Titans. But so did kind of every other human, right?
Yep.
But now he's just
less justified.
Everything. He just snaps. I will say, however, and I think I've said this before, I am completely off 90% of the time. Anything that has anything to do with time travel. It's so hard to take something that is attempting to be serious and tell an actual story when you throw time travel in because of how unrealistic and how poorly it's always done.
Yeah. The time travel's small part.
Yeah, even
Like,
still,
more of a side effect
doesn't
of the
matter.
actions.
Don't care for it. Don't like it. Marvel did it. They did it bad.
Yeah, the exciting thing about this, like, tonal shift is that a big criticism of Attack on Titan has been that it's, like, it's anti-Semitic and that it's, like, low-key pro... What is it? What?
Incredibly anti-Semitic.
Yeah! And then I think pro-nationalism.
Oh, yeah. Also incredibly. Even more so.
Because Eren is the protagonist and you're looking at things. So by switching things around like that, it makes the author's stance clear. Like, he wanted to lead us on like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's
and see the
fair.
corruption.
But that's fair from the author and producer's standpoint. But the nationalism, especially pro-nationalism, is also an extremely fair critic.
Yeah.
And that's fine if that's what they were going for, but they, can't be mad if that's how they get perceived.
Yeah, that's been something I've been just waiting to see resolved since, like, high school. Like, alright, what are they... Is he really a nationalist, or are we going to see things turn around?
I will say, Levi is the coolest fucking character ever.
Oh, yeah.
He's a bad... I saw I spoiled myself a little bit. I saw the Levi fights the Beast Titan. Or, like the first time he fights it or whatever. And that was hella cool.
Yeah, he's got the biggest balls.
Oh, as Duke Nukem would say, I've got balls of steel. Alright, moving on. We've spent a long time on this one.
We did. Next is Best Boy.
It was important. What is Best Boy? Is that like Best Buy?
No.
Is that Beast Boy? Like Teen Titans?
No. Mate, he could be considered Best Boy to some people, but Best Boy is basically just the fan favorite male character. Are you looking at the pictures?
I am indeed.
We have... Oh, wait. I lost my notes, but we have...
I have my answer.
Boji from Ranking of Kings, a plucky protagonist trying its best. Then we have Senku, a boy genius speedrunning humanity's technological advancements after a strange light turned everyone to stone for a couple thousand years. Then we have Otokawa from Odd Taxi, a jaded old man wrapped up in the biggest mystery of the year, even though he truly wants no part of it. And we have Draken, a delinquent with a heart of gold, who gets sucked into a life of crime after the loss of his best friend. And Mikey, from the same anime, Tokyo Revengers, a childish delinquent who's been blessed with impressive fighting ability from a young age, leading him to become the leader of Toman, a gang / it's complex. And then we have finally Izumi, an unpopular nerd that's secretly a gentle delinquent, starring in a romantic comedy called Horimiya, with a popular girl who's actually a huge awkward introvert.
Well, I immediately gravitate towards Otokawa and Draken. What does the internet love if not jaded old men and e-boys? So I immediately want to vote for them. However, it could also be... Boji's not in this race. Boji's a fool.
Wow.
It could be Izumi or Senku for similar e-boy reasons.
E-boy! It's called about e-boys!
Especially... I'm not wrong. Especially... Well, less Senku and more the other two, but...
Fair enough.
Especially if Izumi is in a literal romance. It could totally be... People could simp for him. How old is Izumi, do we know?
High school age, like 16-ish.
Okay, well then maybe they're not simping for him. How old's Draken? Surely older.
Draken's like 13 or 14.
Oh, fuck. Well, alright, well...
To be clear, Best Boy isn't, a simping type of thing.
No, I got that. I'm just saying, like, what people would vote for based off simping. I gotta go with my boy Otokawa just because of the picture alone. And who doesn't love a jaded, grumpy old walrus man? So Otokawa it is. Final answer.
Final answer?
Probably
you are
wrong,
incorrect.
I knew it.
In fact,
Boji.
The winner is the one. Yeah,
Damn
Boji.
Damn it!
And listen, he's the type of person you want to root for. His anime, his situation really sets him up well to be Best Boy.
He looks like someone He looks like a character from Scribblenauts. You ever play that game?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, he looks like that.
Fair enough. Definitely a unique style in anime.
Yeah, I don't
see
like
it
it.
Ever so occasionally.
I don't like it. I like the Walrus Man, Otakawa. He's cool. I vibe with this guy.
Otakawa's not a boy, he's a man.
Yeah, but I vibe with him. Alright. Best girl, huh?
Yeah, best girl. Funny thing about best boy, best girl, there are terms that kind of came around to replace waifu and husbando, both to get rid of the sexual connotations and also the sticky territory of pronouncing it that way. Since it just means wife and husband. Best girl. We have... Are you looking at the slide?
I am indeed.
Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen, the tomboy queen armed with a hammer and nails who doesn't give a damn about what men and women are supposed to do. Then we have Vladilena, also called just Lena, the black sheep from 86. The black sheep of her racist society that managed to rise to power anyways and is determined to change the way her society is run. Then we have Komi from Komi Can't Communicate, the star of a romance. Despite having such severe social anxiety, she can't even speak. Then we have Sarasa Watanabe from Kageki Shoujo, a former idol that is accepted into a prestigious acting school and strives to reach the top with her future butch girlfriend. And finally, Toru from Fruits Baskets. Oh, not finally, but Toru from Fruit Baskets, the main character from a classic shoujo romance, rebooted in 2021. She's an orphan that gets involved with a family afflicted with a supernatural curse that causes them to turn into animals when hugged. And actually, finally, is Ai Oto, an outcast that became a hikikomori after her only friend committed suicide, who slowly finds her way back out of her shell while also participating in sci-fi magic nonsense. She's from Wonder Egg Priority.
What is Okikomori? I've heard of that before.
Like a shut-in. They don't leave their house.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. Oh, I know that from Ready Player One, actually. That's unfortunate. Alright. Lena definitely has the coolest hair. I like that. I had silver hair for a while. That was fun.
You did indeed.
Sarasa just looks like a young Harley Quinn.
It's the pigtails.
Yeah, it's the pigtails. It's the dyed pigtails that do it. Komi looks like someone from like a dateable character from Doki Doki. What was her name?
Monica? Or no, Youre.
Youre, yeah. It's like Yuri's twin. I never really vibed with Nobara in the show, or at least not in season 1, just because I thought her jutsu technique was kind of boring.
Oh,
I don't know why.
roasting her.
I mean, it's cool that she can like shoot nails with the precision that she does and stuff. I don't know. I didn't vibe with it. But the character itself is cool. I just don't like her technique. But she's a badass. And then I don't really have much to say about this other one. Looks like she'd be cold in the wintertime.
The brown-haired one or the blue-haired one?
Toru Honda.
Yeah.
Ai Oko, I like her sweatshirt. It's cool. I would wear that.
Cool.
She also has nice hair, actually. The blue midnight.
Yeah.
Anyways, best girl. What is Lena from again? 86, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I haven't heard of many of these, and I don't think best girl would be Nobara. But it is a popular show. Alright, I'm going with the dark horse vote, Komi.
Komi
is...
Final answer.
That's my final answer. Yes, that's my final answer.
Alright.
I think I'm wrong.
You are incorrect.
Damn it. Okay, wait. Let me get a second guess.
Alright, second guess.
Is it Lena?
No.
Fuck. Alright, last guess, because, otherwise I'll narrow down too much. Is it Ai Oto?
No.
Fuck. Alright, who is it? Go ahead.
It's Nobara!
Damn it! I'm like, I thought about that, but I'm just like, surely it can't be her. Damn it.
Yeah, she's not a traditional best girl, but I think I know exactly why she's so popular.
Oh, enlighten
She is She is the result of like 20 years of shonen female main characters finally becoming something good. They get fumbled a lot, like a lot. Like, the one she's compared most to is Sakura from Naruto. She's known to be useless, kind of a crybaby, etc. And Noir knocks it out of the park. I like her character. I think her jutsu, or not her jutsu, her magic is cool. I like the, like, voodoo aspects of it. She does some cool things with it in the manga. Actually, what she does with it actually makes it into the anime, with the final fight.
Yeah, it's definitely like voodoo vibes. I will say, they redeemed her very quickly because the first time they introduced Nobara, she's a cunt. And I will not be taking questions about that. If you think I'm wrong, you're wrong. But they redeem her very quickly, and she ends up being very cool. Almost like the next episode, honestly. Like I think like she quickly warms up to the two main characters, Yuji and the other guy. I forget his name. The guy I can never remember.
Fushiguro.
Yeah, Fushiguro.
Fushiguro Megumi.
Yep, Megumi. Yeah.
The guy with the girl's name.
Yeah. Is the girl's name?
Yeah.
That's funny. Damn it. Oh, my bias towards her technique made me not want to vote for her. Actually, I didn't vote for her because I've been guessing Jujutsu Kaisen a lot because it's the only one I know.
Yeah.
Not the only one, but it's the one I know the most about because I actually watched it.
Yeah.
Damn it. So I didn't want to vote for that just to be different.
Want to get your instincts and look what happened.
I know.
This one was actually pretty close. Komi was also pretty popular. And so was Toru.
So close.
I was mid-popular, but her anime kind of flopped. It was an original anime. It started strong, and then it got convoluted.
Yeah, her sweatshirt fucks. I'd wear that.
It fucks. And Toru is just like a classic. Next, we have Best Protagonists. Protagonist, singular. Up first, we have Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, Yuji Tadori from Jujutsu Kaisen, Otakawa from Odd Taxi, Joe from Megalobox 2, Megalobox is the second season of a boxing anime with a mecha twist about underdog character Joe, Boji from Ranking of Kings, and Oto again from Wonder Egg Priority.
Well, considering her anime flopped, I'm not going to guess Ioto. She left me down anyways. No chance in hell Eren Yeager is the best protagonist because he's a cunt. Everybody loves Yuji Tadori. I know that. True. He's pretty cool. I don't think Boji would win both, but he well could. And I'm not familiar with Joe. But
neither am I really.
But I don't like underdog stories, so I'm not voting for him.
Megalobox is like a cult classic. If I'm using that word right. Hope I'm using that word right.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm gonna go. You know what? It let me down before, or I let it down by not voting for it. And I really like Itadori. He's a vibe, so I'm gonna vote for him. Best protagonist.
All right. Final answer.
Final answer.
Incorrect.
Damn it! It's Eren, isn't it?
Nope. I can't believe you didn't guess it, but it's Otakawa.
What?
You thought he'd be best boy, Otakawa, from Odd Taxi.
He's not on there.
Yes, he is.
He's not on the slide.
Did I forget him?
You set me up for failure! He's not on the slide! I absolutely wouldn't. Well, actually, he probably would have been second just because Walrus Man. But you set me up for failure! The test was rigged from the start! You did say his name, but I forget. There's so many names to remember.
Perhaps.
The test was rigged from the start. Well, honestly, good for my boy Otakawa. He deserves it.
I can't believe I didn't notice there were only 5 people on this side. Well.
That's alright.
Next.
Good for him. Best antagonist.
Best antagonist. We have... wait, hold on. Let me go in the order I wrote it. We have Yano from Odd Taxi, one of the main forces pulling the strings. Yano is a gangster who only speaks in raps. Next we have Tomura Shigaraki from My Hero Academia. Cursed with a violent, destructive superpower as a child, he strives to tear down the society shaped around superheroes and reshape it into something better. Next we have Adam from Skate the Infinity, a coming-of-age sports anime about skateboarders. This politician leads a double life as a homoerotic skateboarding prodigy.
Oh my god.
Next we have Echidna, and Echidna, who I spent like 30 minutes researching trying to figure out what it is she does, is equivalent to a deity in the world of ReZero, another time travel anime. Really well done, though. It's more like he dies and he resets.
Oh, I see.
She's got a beautiful exterior, but a rotten personality that makes fans consider her an anti-villain. Then finally we have Teta Kisaki from Tokyo Revengers, the son of a bitch who turns Tomon from a delinquent group to an actually violent gang, and the main force stopping our protagonist from saving everyone. You can tell which one of these I've watched, and which ones I didn't watch.
Yep, that's right. Well...
Oh, wait. Did I forget someone again?
No, that's 6.
Oh, and Eren Yeager. I don't think I said his name, but he's in the slide.
Oh, yeah, but he's in the slide. Eren Yeager. Yeah, I was about to mention him anyways. Best antagonist, because, yeah, he's a cunt. So, wouldn't mind voting for him, but also the Shigaraki, looking pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got a neat design.
He looks dope. Also, Teta Kazaki, though, is pretty cool, too. They all kind of look pretty neat. I mean,
They look slap.
Yeah, the skateboarder, Adam. What a vibe. What an outfit.
Love the spikes, the useless spikes.
Yeah, good use of spikes. I don't know much about any of these besides Eren. And I don't think he even makes a good protagonist. I just don't like him. There's definitely some villains that you're rooting for and you like to dislike. Yeah. And then there's some villains that are just cunts. And that are just bad. And I'm not saying like he's like a bad or anything, but just like personally, I don't vibe with him, or I don't really like him as a villain or as a hero either.
Kind of awful.
Yeah, just kind of a douche. Can I say that? Is that allowed?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I haven't said it in a while, but it's not in my main vocabulary, but it came out. Anyways.
I think that was acceptable.
I think so. So I'm going to go with the one I think looks the coolest, and we're going to hope that carries me to victory.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to go for Shigaraki, because he's cool.
All right. You would be incorrect. It is indeed Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan.
Of course it is, man. That was my second one, just because of how much I dislike him. Of course it is.
Love to hate him.
I don't even like to hate him. I just hate him. He sucks.
Tomura was a close second, though.
Nah, fair enough.
He's great. I love him. He's so tragic. And those hands he's wearing, they're the hands of his family that he accidentally killed as a child.
Oh, lucky him.
Yep.
Gets to travel with the whole gang.
Yeah, I figured out fucking Echidna. That was hell. I was like, what did she do? She's a villain. She's listed as a villain, but where are her crimes?
Yeah, not surprising that people voted for Eren in Attack on Titan again, because everybody loves that show.
Yeah. And then, we're getting into the genre categories. These ones we won't spend too much time on. I'll just tell you the winner of each one, except the last one, comedy, because I have thoughts on it.
Oh, good.
Up first was Best Romance, which was given to Horimiya, which is the one between the secretly delinquent but really gentle guy with the piercings and the introverted popular girl. I hear it was very good. Haven't watched it myself. When I did see the trailer, I was very interested in it, in the dynamic.
I like the hair.
Up next, we have Best Drama, which went to Your Eternity, and that is well deserved. I haven't finished watching that one because, it's so emotionally draining. I can watch like an episode, maybe 2.
Who's the old woman? What a
the
badass.
old woman is one of the companions he runs into.
What a badass.
It's about... Repeat that?
I said, what a badass.
Oh, yeah. The plot of the story is that the main character, white hair, he's like he's not human. He's like some experiment a god sent down. As like, it starts as nothing, and the first thing it touched, it became that. And when it reaches certain conditions, it can turn into something else. So it starts as a rock, and when it learns what it needs to about being a rock,
that's kind of cool.
It becomes a dog to the, a wolf that is companion to the only surviving member of a like tribe that was like living out on the ice. They were trying to migrate towards the land since it was so hard to survive where they were. Devastatingly, they don't make it.
Oh,
and neither does the boy. And after the being learns like pain and suffering and love, and when the boy finally dies, the entity becomes the boy. And then he has the ability to switch between like the people who has like left a mark on him.
I thought you were gonna say back to the rock. It's gonna stay a rock.
Because always return to rock. Oh, it's great. Highly recommend.
It sounds good, but it also sounds like I could watch one episode, like at a time.
Too much, or
yeah, like too much at a time.
Yeah.
Is it is it like Eskimo and Native American themed? Because that's like the vibe I'm getting.
I think it starts in that time period.
Okay, yeah. It like just from this first picture and what you're describing it sounds very like familiar of like native tribes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he starts with like a traveling native tribe, and then he's, I think, a bit more in the future, but it's still like way past like pre-technology. They're using bows and arrows and shit.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Oh man, I haven't gotten to the second story. I mean, I got through it. I just had to stop completely because it hurt me so bad.
I am devastated.
Yeah. Up next, we have Best Action, which went to Jujutsu Kaisen, of course. No surprise there.
Yeah, not at all. It was great.
And then Best Fantasy, one that hasn't been mentioned at all, is the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
I have heard of this. I've actually heard of this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of the many isekais that have come out in the last few years. This one stands out by... I don't know how this one stands out. I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
but the main character is a slime. I'm surprised to see... not see... I'm a spider, so what? People seem to really like that one.
I've heard of that one too, actually. Just because I think they stand out as having whack names.
True. Oh, no. These long, stupid-ass names, very common in the isekai
yeah, I guess, not surprising, to be honest.
There's is it weird to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Another
long one.
All right,
and then
the finally category. Best
Comedy. It was won by Komi Can't Communicate, romantic comedy about the girl who can't speak. Well earned, but it did have some tough competition this year. I've seen all of these, actually. There's Don't Toy. Yeah, all of that. Real into comedy, slice of life anime. Always make time for. There's what order did I put them in the slide? From left to right, you've got Komi Can't Communicate. Then there's Life Lessons with Uramichi Onisan, which is about a guy who works on a children's television show, like Sesame Street-esque type thing. But he hates his life and he hates his job. He's very,
get in line, brother.
Yeah. And he's like, the comedy comes from him just being absolutely done with all the kids. There is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, which is anime about the main girl on the cover. She teases the nerdy loser guy, and he's into it.
This looks like porn.
This one was. It is low-key.
That makes sense.
Very funny, but it did have some controversy around it because of the bullying aspect of it. But I mean, he's into it. He's into it. He says he's into it. And it was on Taxi. Which is fair enough. Its main focus isn't the comedy, but
it is comedic in itself.
Indeed, it wasn't gonna win Best Drama. Couldn't steal that from To Your Eternity. And then there's Heaven's Design Team, which is it's a little low budget, but it is a really funny anime about, like, angels and how they just design the creatures that are on Earth.
Oh,
like,
cool.
it comes up with, like, a funny story for why armadillos exist and why unicorns don't exist. There's the old man who created the horse, and it's, like, the best thing they've made in centuries. He keeps trying to recreate it, but it's like he's, like, beating a dead horse. He's like, what if this horse has wings? What if this horse could breathe underwater? It always gets rejected.
Yeah.
And then Kobayashi Dragon Maid was also on there, but I didn't bother because we explained.
Yeah, we hate that
they
one.
were never winning anything.
That one sucks.
But yeah, that was the Crunchyroll Awards 2022.
Woo!
Round of applause to all the animes out there that were nominated and the ones who won.
Yeah. All good stuff. Except for the titty dragon. But all good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real shame about Wonder Egg Priority. Really liked that one.
Yeah.
Even if they did fumble the last episode.
I think I got...
It was like...
Oh, go ahead.
It was like... It was like a real coming-of-age story. You had the girls who... There are 4 girls, and each girl has someone they're trying to bring back because they committed suicide. And there's Ai, who wants to bring her friend back because that was her only friend. There is a idol girl who... She had a fan, like a really huge fan, who she accidentally bullied into suicide, so she feels bad, so she's trying to bring the fan back. There is a super genius girl who's part of a company who's trying to research dreams and also this extended multiverse type thing. And then there's actually a trans girl in it, and she's fighting her demons and facing, like, transphobia, and a lot of her people, and the people they save are, like, related to the thing that the trouble they're going to.
Sounds interesting.
Can be a very triggering anime. It deals with things like sexual assault, bullying, and of course suicide. And it seemed like it was really wrapping up neat until, like, they're gonna learn, they're gonna grow, they're gonna get their friends back, and then it becomes sci-fi bullshit. I mean, it was kind of sci-fi fantasy bullshit. You've got these girls going into dream worlds fighting metaphorical demons, but physical demons. But then it gets into this weird side plot about how these 2 men created an AI to be their daughter, and but then the daughter killed the wife because she was low-key jealous of the attention the wife was getting. And then so they got mad at the AI and threw her in a box, and then so now she is somehow connected to a god called the god Thanatos. And that is the reason for female suicide.
Incredible.
So yeah, they got off the tracks. It could have been incredible. They just left all that out. I didn't need an explanation for why all this was happening. I accepted it. Everyone accepted it. That was just the premise.
They botched it.
Real Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah. That was fun. Good game. Yeah. Not Game Awards. Crunchyroll Awards. They need a better name.
A better name. What would you call it?
I would just call it, like, Anime Awards.
Whack. Lame.
Well, listen, they have the Game Awards, and that works.
I guess. Just barely.
But
come up with my own Game Awards.
Now...
Give them some competition.
Competition? Now, we're running a little bit behind time, but we obviously got to wrap up the episode with Raine's question of the week, which is, if you could have any game get a sequel or remaster, what game would you choose? Do you want me to go first?
Question. I can go.
Okay, go ahead.
You read the question.
Hit us with it.
It would be the original Harvest Moon. I'd like to see it remade, modernized, and expanded upon.
Yeah, it would be cool. It is a popular genre now that Stardew Valley and all that.
Yeah.
And all the fake knockoffs that are bad.
Yeah. Is there a chance to redeem themselves?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did they're not like a sequel. What was a sequel? It was a sequel, right? Harvest Moon had a sequel.
Harvest Moon has like 8 sequels, but they changed companies, so they basically it's not the original name, they just stole the name. So true Harvest Moon hasn't existed in a while.
Right, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that'd be a good one. I'd play that.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm waffling between if I want one to have a sequel or if I want one to have a remaster. And I think I would go a sequel. It's more like a third installment of the game because it already has a sequel. But I want more of it. So it's one I've actually talked about in the very first episode.
Ooh.
It's Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. It's another RPG. Funny enough, Lord of the Rings universe, J.R.R. Tolkien. It's set way before Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, all that, and it's just really, really good game. They created a new game system within the game to have like villains, or you're like the bosses that you defeat. They have different characteristics that how you have to defeat them. They can come back if you didn't kill them a certain way. They remember who you are and how you killed them.
Oh.
And so like there's like tons and tons of different bosses because the whole point is you're fighting different like different orc camps and stuff like that, trying to build your own army across the territory. And so of course you got to kill the boss orc, Urukai and stuff like that. And so they called it the Nemesis system, and it was fantastic. More games I wish had something like it because it was really, really cool. I had several orcs come back like several times. There's one guy that his name and then his title is the Beheaded, and so every time he gets beheaded and he comes back and is like, he gets like more and more disgusting because like he'll have his head like stitched back on, and then he'll have like a cowl hood come over it so you don't see the stitches, and then you kill him again and he's got like a metal ring around it so you can't behead him, and it gets progressively more ridiculous, but like in a realistic and great way. And it was really funny because they also like ambush you at random times. So this fucker could just come back like in an actual like full-fledged boss fight, like a real, not like one of the side bosses like all the other orcs are, but he could just come back like in an actual fight, and he's like, "Remember me?" And it's like, "Yeah, I've killed you 17 times. How could I forget?" Anyways,
quit beheading me.
Yeah,
quit showing up.
The game itself is just, both of them were really good. Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, and the Nemesis style was really fun and new for that style of game. So I would love to see more of it. Hopefully.
Nice. Yeah, sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, it was quality. That wraps up a little bit of a lengthy one. We gave it to you as a treat.
Oh yeah, you deserved it, earned it.
That's right. Wolf, why don't you take it away?
I'm Wolfie, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 18 of You're Ridiculous. If you liked it, smack that subscribe button and the like button. And don't forget to follow all our socials, ridiculous_cast for the main cast one. You can follow Lucas on Twitter under 7AngryWasps with a E. And you can follow me also on Twitter as Rainbow Does without the W. We hope to see you all again. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Say goodbye!
Goodbye!
Or don't.
Or don't.